Conspiracy theories can be the spice of life if you don't let them get too out of control. A fun way to look at the news and turn some stories on their head and make the world a little more salacious. Well, that's what brought you to this video, the question of what if, and theories that seem like they were pulled out of a Tom Clancy novel. Welcome to Life's Biggest Question, and on today's show we are going to be deep diving into the question of what if COVID-19 was made to control the human population. So make sure you have enough hand sanitizer to fill up a bathtub and stock up on clean drinking water like the apocalypse is around the corner, because we are going to get right into it. So what if COVID-19 was made to control the human population? What would it look like? Let's say first that it was something used by the world governments and the 1% to control the population in a way of panic. It would be doing a good job. Something that is a little bit more potent to catch than the flu, and has people stocking up on water and toilet paper like they aren't going to be able to leave their house for months. Also, why do people go to toilet paper for the first thing you'd want in the apocalypse? Once all the food and water runs out and everyone is clawing at each other to survive, I don't think anyone is going to care how dirty your bum is. If this was something used to control the people in a state of panic, it would mean that the media is also in on all the panic that is happening, working with some sort of world power to spread fear and make everyone become a hermit who is afraid to go outside. Why would the world powers work together to spread fear as the sickness spreads and people's panic grows? This could be the opportunity for all the world government to initiate a state of emergency, allowing them to put people on lockdown and control entire countries over the course of just a few months. Once everyone is forced to stay in their homes, martial law has been initiated and curfews are set across several countries. Now every government would have a stranglehold on their people. They would start to administer drugs that everyone would be forced to take, or they would be imprisoned. The information that would be given to them now would be controlled by the government, and even the once free internet would now be policed. It would be a doomsday scenario with no one having free will. Between the drugs that would be force fed down people's throats and the brainwashing information that would be flowing into everyone's mind via phones and television, we would now be living in a world of complete suppression, with the global elite living free and able to consume even more of the world than before. Homes would be delivered controlled levels of rations that they would be expected to survive on, while the rich would be living lavishly, more extravagant than they ever have been, because now they have to share even less. The 1% would now have more control than ever. What would we do at this point? Imagine the 99% stuck away in their homes with nowhere to turn to. They wouldn't know who they could trust. Talk to the wrong person about the wrong thing, and you would end up under arrest, thrown away in a work camp or a quarantine zone, never to be seen again. And for anyone who was taken away, there would be no need for explanation. The police, the military, and the government would just use the excuse, COVID-19 got them. They should have listened. Every time someone questioned the powers that be and went missing, it would just feed more fuel to the fire of why you shouldn't question the overlords. But people are smart. They know how to survive, and they hate being told what to do. Like-minded people would find each other. They would start to share their ideas on how the government is lying. The truth of the outside world would start to trickle into the public. With limited resources, a small group of people would craft weapons and a brain cleanser to get rid of the oppressive effects of the mind control drug. People would get together and we would see a revolution of epic proportions. The world would shift, and we would see the outside world for what it really is. Could this really happen? Is this something that could be going on behind the scenes? Did I just write the plot to a B-tier movie? I mean, the answer to all those questions is likely no, especially that last one. This is D-tier at best. Let's approach this from another angle. What if COVID-19 was designed to control the people, but that the original intent of the virus was something to control people's minds? It was something that could easily be transferred from person to person, just like an infection, but a mind control infection. Let's say this was a trial run, and it didn't work as well as they thought. It seems instead of turning people into mindless zombies that listen to whatever you have to say to them and do exactly as they're told, they actually just catch a severe cold and sometimes don't make it out to the other side. Well, this would be good because it would mean that whoever's behind the mind control virus has not succeeded, and from the looks of the situation, they are pretty far off from their goal. But it would be a terrifying thing to think that there is a team of people working tirelessly to try and make a sickness that could be transferred from person to person and get inside the head of anyone and turn them into a mental slave. If something like that got released and there was no cure, you could say goodbye to your free will. We would all be living in the sunken place and be walking around like little hypnotized zombies. There would be no escaping that fate, and if people weren't careful, it would infect the whole world, which would mean the end of the human race, because you need at least one person to not be under control control of the virus, because if you have that, then you can have them control the rest. But if everyone becomes under control of the virus, who is left to tell everyone else what to do? That's definitely not the way we would want the world to go. Well, there you have it. It got weird, conspiratory, and downright insane. But that's part of the reason why you at home come in and watch this channel. You want to see what is going to happen in the strange minds of the people who work here and write these stories for you. I hope you feel satisfied with the answer to the question of what if COVID-19 was made to control the human population. I've been your host, Chedorena, and I'm here to answer all your questions.